Hey everybody, good evening. This is Mike Feinberg with the fighting news. It just came from the WBA Heavyweight Championship fight between Trevor Bryan and Daniel Dubois. If you have not yet heard, Daniel Dubois knocked out Trevor Bryan 1 minute 58 seconds into round 4 with a beautiful left hook. Trevor Bryan took a faceplant, could not beat the 10 count. The rest is history. Daniel Dubois, now the WBA World Heavyweight Regular Champion. What does that mean? Well, that means that he's now moved one step closer to fighting for the super belt, which of course right now is held by Alexander Usyk. Usyk has a date with Anthony Joshua coming up very soon, in which they're going to work that out. So if Anthony Joshua is to regain his belts, well then Daniel Dubois is now one step closer to fighting him, although he's probably going to have one more fight in between before he can get to him. Of course, if Usyk retains those belts in that rematch, same story. Dan Dubois is now one step closer to fighting him as well. Now, you know, those guys have those belts. There's 3 of them. There's the WBA, the WBO, and the IBF. Usyk holds all 3 right now, so when that rematch is concluded, one of those 2 men will hold both. So they're going to have to defend the WBO, the IBF, as well as the WBA. And again, Daniel Dubois is still probably one step away from being able to fight for that belt. So it just simply means he moves up the food chain. That doesn't necessarily mean anything as far as a major title fight yet, but he is now a secondary belt holder, the WBA regular heavyweight world champion, which of course, as Trevor had mentioned on our show last week, is the real belt, is the original belt. It's just that they've escalated and created something called a super champion, which is now world recognized as the champion in that particular sanctioning body. I hope that clears some things up for you. As far as Trevor Bryan, look, he had a 22-fight winning streak with 15 knockouts prior to tonight. He will be back. You know, he just couldn't get himself going this time around. He was kind of hoping that Daniel would tire himself out. And, you know, Trevor had a good foot movement. He was clearly trying to frustrate Daniel. He did a good job of it early on. He just couldn't stay away from that jab. You know, it's worth noting, it was a very small ring tonight as well, so that kind of worked more to the advantage of Daniel Dubois than it did for Trevor having that longer reach. Again, I'm sure Trevor will be back. I'm sure he'll go back to the drawing board, get back in the gym, get himself back in shape, and hopefully come back up and try to find a way to climb back up the rankings once again. There's a lot of good fights out there. He's a pretty good-sized heavyweight, so he matches up well with a lot of guys. As far as Daniel Dubois, you know, his only... at this point, his only loss has been to Joe Joyce, who we know is a superstar at heavyweight. You know, perhaps that fight could become a rematch at some point in time. Could be even sooner than later, just to decide maybe who does actually fight Usyk or Joshua in that fight for the super belt. So, hey, look, the heavyweight division right now is wide open. It's anybody's game. Tyson Fury may or may not be retiring. Will he have a date with Anthony Joshua, Alexander Usyk himself down the line? Who knows? Deontay Wilder, forced to be reckoned with. He's right there knocking on the door. Just needs an opportunity against a big-name opponent. Who's going to fight him, though? Everyone's kind of scared of him. Anyways, guys, we'll see what it is. You know, feel free to like and comment this video. If you want to comment on who you feel may be the next big superstar at heavyweight, it could be Jared Anderson, another American right now that's kind of making. Feel free to just jump on and comment on who you feel may be the next big superstar at heavyweight, and maybe what you thought of this fight if you got a chance to see it. All right, that's it for now. Have a great night, everyone. Stay safe. Talk to you soon.